Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into your daily read for Thursday. I hope you're doing well. We're going to begin and jump right into the tarot and see what the day has in store for us. So let's do just that. Alrighty, to begin for Thursday. Okay, the Three of Swords, the Five of Pentacles. There's a situation that was disappointing to you in one way, if not multiple ways. Whether it was the outcome, the progression of which, something that occurred in general. But I feel like it's a place where you weren't meant to fit in, right? Or you just feel a bit out of place there, even if you didn't once feel that way, if it's a continuing situation. But for some, this was an opportunity, an opportunity that simply was not meant to be. Even if we have to have you experience that bit of disappointment, but I feel like it's a day where you're being reminded who and what wasn't meant to be or isn't meant to be in the long run moving forward, even if it's meant to, that situation's meant to continue a bit longer. I feel like there's something that's going to come back around for you for some, or a new door to open, and that will set you free in one way, if not multiple ways. All right. And I'm hearing free of concern at the very least. But the Five of Cups and the Seven of Cups, because I feel like you have a ton of options, or maybe in regards to more so you having a lot to get done, a lot on your plate, but you expecting the worst, or it's a little bit difficult throughout this Thursday and surrounding it to not focus on those spilt cups, if you will, to be tarot literal. You know what I mean? It's hard not to focus on the negatives or what's not working out or what you don't have yet. But Spirit's saying it's about flipping that switch and adjusting, flopping your perspective around and noticing the positives, what is working out in your favor, how you do feel better than you once did, I feel the need to say. And allow for yourself to discard the negatives, the rest, and don't focus on what you don't have yet, to say the very least, because it feels like divine timing is very much at play. But I wouldn't be surprised if it is a day where things do affect you, right? For the better and for the worse. But they're saying in the future, for a lot drawn to the reading, there's a key to be acquired, all right? Okay, even if that's not a literal key, there's a key of some sort, physical or not, to be acquired. Anyways, it feels very important for you. The Hierophant, the Fool card, and the Ace of Swords. Change is on the mind, my friend. I feel like you're developing by the minute. Your wants, needs, and desires might be changing, but then you might be sparked by a spirit to desire something that you have been meaning to give up, or that you did give up. And I feel like this is a way to challenge you. All right. Do not give in to temptation throughout this day. For some, if you have more than one level of temptation that you're being, or type of temptation that you're being pushed to, or feeling the need to give into, I feel like one at most is a good stepping stone to allow for yourself to make changes moving forward. But I feel like all the meanwhile, there's a sense of you thinking about your path behind you, or the steps that you're going to have to turn around and start to take moving forward in order to see things brighter and happier for you. I'm hearing to get to your light, right? But I feel like in certain ways, or one particular way, you're shining your individual light throughout this day for whatever reason or reasons. And I feel like there's a need to flow with how things are proceeding, how things are feeling a bit stagnant even, right? Or unsure, not so figured out, because I feel like the answers are going to start to flow in throughout this day. Even if it's one specific answer, piece of clarity that you get, it's a piece of the puzzle to the overall picture that you're desiring at this time, or you simply need overall. And so I feel like the whirlwind of your mind is taking a highlight, your habits absolutely playing into that, and intertwining all the meanwhile. But I feel like there needs to be a flow within you, outside of you, and just manifest what it is you're thinking about, for the future. And remember, in order to do so, you need to discard any ounce of doubt that you have within you, and don't start to entertain anything that could potentially happen in a negative sense. All right. But it feels like soon enough you'll be able to walk towards the sun. They're saying even if something currently isn't necessarily this toxic or bad for you, or do you know what I mean? It could be something like you're walking from one level of happiness to more happiness, more fulfillment, something more ideal, right? They're saying, remember, everything like we spoke upon in the past daily read has its pros and cons, its positives and its negatives. And what you want to move towards or what you will end up moving towards has both all the meanwhile. But the Knight of Wands, because I feel like you are, okay, very talented is what I'm hearing. Yeah, freedom is on the mind, passion is on the mind, happiness is on your mind. And I feel like you aren't wrong for wanting to and needing to at this time prioritize all three of those side by side with your inner peace. But it feels like Spirit's saying to overthink those things all the meanwhile might strip one, if not multiple of them away. Does that make sense? Trying to be more in the moment and again fall back into how things are and make the best until the best, right? But I'm hearing you're on point, for some of which that's in regards to a passionate new beginning, but you're on point to improve. You're on point to see things progress quicker, to pick up in pace, apply it to your situation. I feel like you need to stay consistent with something. All right, stay consistent. The Three of Cups coming out because I feel like there's going to be one small reason throughout this day to celebrate, but you're being informed and or reminded of certain levels of or one big amount of celebration that's going to lie ahead for you due to whether it's a door opening or you gaining more success, more progress, things working out for you. It could be, once again, somebody or something coming back around for you. I feel like you're being reminded when you're thinking about reflecting upon or even maybe experiencing a bit of this, heavy energy. This lies ahead, my friend. This lies ahead. And so, therefore, keep marching to the beat of your own drum and allow for yourself to embrace levels of this celebratory energy currently for what's at hand, for even what you left behind or what was inevitably left behind, right? And therefore recognizing that that helps you manifest and co-create all the meanwhile, and even just glow more, right? Don't we deserve that? But if we're being completely honest, the day does also talk about, show evidence that you do deal with certain stresses. Is this a job situation? That I'm hearing that one particular person there. If that's the case, it could be where you're living, a choice or two from the recent past that's left you with certain stresses. I feel like for some it's your spirituality, energy. I know that will at least partially be what I'm dealing with, but I feel like all the meanwhile, there's still a need to do what's right for you. There's still a need to stay consistent, to keep reaching for improvement, and to not let things get the best of you. There may be one moment in particular, even if this does happen several times throughout the day, there's one moment that that's being highlighted where you so effortlessly don't let something that would have stressed you more so in the past or in general, you don't let it get the best of you. It's like it goes over your head almost, or you just allow for the moment or moments to pass. I feel like you are just doing very well at coping, even though maybe, we should go as far as saying you shouldn't have to be able to do this at this point, right? Or have to deal with whatever this is symbolizing for you, but you are very well, so you should be so proud of yourself. And it reminds you why you're meant for what you're meant for, okay? But it's another day where you're going to be feeling things very intuitively, spiritually, and I feel like you do need to protect your energy, and a spirit might be helping you protect your energy, whether you realize this or not. But a day where you need to stay grounded, keep that confidence alive in regards to your choices up until this point, what you're contemplating or have decided on, and what you're looking to manifest and co-create all the meanwhile. Because guess what, my friend? That situation lies ahead, all right? Let's pull one or two more before we wrap this up. Yeah, it feels like you need to rebalance out your masculine and your feminine side, maybe even tapping into one too much or it's taking over. But I feel like at a certain point when that does take place for you throughout the day, you feel so good. You feel so in place and balanced and ready to tackle whatever lies ahead, but also ready to flow in a very balanced and grounded manner. But once again, I feel the need to rewind back and say, whatever's making you feel limited and trapped, right? Or where you don't fit in, maybe what is leaving you with disappointment will end, right? This could be past energy for you. But I feel like all the meanwhile, there's some personal reflection taking place, personal guidance taking place, but spiritual guidance as well coming into play. And once again, let's rewind back and say this, whatever it is for you, it's yours for the taking moving forward. But let's do some preparation and make sure we can make the best when the time arrives. All right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your day, and I'll see you next time.